So Kim, in terms of the resources that you offer, I know your website has got a wealth of information. Do you want to tell us what's in there?
Well, I think, I think the thing that most people will find useful possibly in there is that there is a whole lot of information on just different aspects of the care industry. And I think the search bar there is quite a valuable tool if you want to, for example, read about my experiences and how I dealt with boundaries or ghosting in the industry or gaslighting in the industry, all these very, very relevant things that happen all the time. You can just punch that into the search bar and that particular article will come up and you can read it. I mean, the whole idea was for me to offer a free resource to people so that they had a spot or a place where they can go and read up on issues that they might be having, and maybe there's an answer or there's a little bit of insight that might be helpful. I mean, that's what it was about initially.
Fabulous. So thank you for that. I think often we are looking up things, but they're not specifically written for our world. So number one, you're coming from Southern Africa. You're coming from a different world into care, and then you're having to adapt environmentally to the cultural changes between Southern Africa and the UK. So very relevant to us. So thank you for going to all that effort. As you say, you've got over 150 blogs that you've written, but also that you've sorted them for us to be able to say overwhelm, isolation, gaslighting, all of those terms, you've got something written about them. So that'll be a fabulous read. And I'll put your website below so that people can go and see it and have a little wander around and find articles that speak to them. So thank you for doing all that work.
No, it's a pleasure. And you'll find also, it's quite unusual when I look back at my blogs and the stuff that I wrote. It starts very, very kind of like almost like an immature way of writing. And you might find that as I've progressed, it does become a lot more complex and a lot more detailed. So I might not be meeting people where they're at, but essentially, if it does resonate with you, then hopefully you take something home and you can learn a little bit about that particular problem you might be having. It's really to offer solutions to problems that are out there in the care industry. That's the ultimate point of the whole thing.
But what we can do, because I think, not all of us are researchers, readers of heavy articles. What we can do is have a chat about it as a companion piece to your article, to highlight things so that between my interpretation and your intent, we can come to some explanation of how it works for different people. Because I think I did some research, and the biggest things were the isolation and overwhelm. And we need to tackle that. And I think you've brought up gaslighting. So true. Very relevant. And many of us hear the term, but we're not even sure what it means. So that would be a fabulous thing to tackle. So Kim, thank you so much for all your insights today. We've done 3 little videos on why you're in the industry, the good, the bad, and advice we would offer. And then this 5th one on the work you'd offer, which is fabulous. And thank you so much for doing all of that work. I think it's going to be very valuable to many people.
Well, I hope so. And you know what? It's been incredibly valuable to me. So if it can help someone out there, then that's amazing. That's honestly amazing.
And I think the power of journaling is highlighted in what you've done.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So self-work. You've got to just do it yourself, but get advice, get insight, get input from other people, but use it.
Yeah.
Kim, thank you.
And use your time wisely. You have those 2 hours of breaks, go for a little bit of self-care and a little bit of self-development. Use that time wisely when you're in your breaks.
Yes. Allows you to quieten your mind, focus, get some insight into where you're going and what you're doing.
Right. 100%.
Thanks, Kim. Have a wonderful day.
Pleasure.
And we'll speak again about your different subjects that you've covered.
Lovely. Look forward to that. Thanks, Pam.
Bye.